Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Seconds Diary. I make sewing tutorials. I try to make it as simple as possible, so I hope you enjoyed this video. In this video we're going to make infinity dress. This dress can be styled in so many ways, and it comes with pockets, my favorite part of the dress. And the bottom part is gathered. It depends on how full you want it, but I gathered mine at the bottom. And yeah, let's get into it. So I've already cut my fabric. So for the top part of the fabric, we're going to make two long straps. So the measurement for the straps is 90 inches by quarter of your bust measurement plus 1. So quarter of my bust measurement is 10.5, and then add 1 to it, which is 11.5, and then so I cut out 90 inches. So the fabric is 90 inches long. As you can see, I've joined mine in the middle because my fabric wasn't long enough, so I had to join two fabrics together to get the 90 inches. But if you have enough fabric, you can just cut out 90 inches by quarter of your bust measurement. And then for the waistband, it will be your waist measurement plus 2 inches, your waist measurement plus 2 inches. And then I just fold it, notch the middle so you know where the midpoint is. There's so many notches, but I'll show you. So first notch the midpoints, and then from the midpoint measure quarter of your waist measurement. My waist measurement is 36 inches. Quarter of that is 9 inches, so that's where I've made another notch. You could even mark it or notch it. I notch it so it's easier to see. And then at the end of the fabric is 2 inches for our zipper allowance, because I'll be adding zip at the back of the dress. So we need lining for the waistband as well, and the width of the waistband is 3 inches, so it's 38 by 3. So that's that part done. That's our waistband. And then for the bottom, which is the skirt for the dress, you just need two fabric. The measurement is your waist measurement, so waist measurement for the front and waist measurement for the back, and then however long you want it. So you, because you need that, so you'll be able to gather it. As you can see, I've gathered mine, and I'm just making sure that after gathering I still have enough measurement. Once you gather it, it should be half of your waist measurement. Remember, you're starting with your waist measurement for the actual fabric, and the one is, once it's gathered, is half of your waist measurement plus 2 inches. Half of my waist measurement is 18 inches plus 2, that's 20, because you need the 1 inch at each end for your zipper allowance, so that's why. Right, we'll go back to our straps. Oh, by the way, and the second fabric for this skirt, you have to split that into two before you gather it, because we'll be adding zip at the back, but you still see that later anyway. So the top strap, I'm just lining it. If your fabric is not see-through, or if it's thick enough, you don't have to line it, but because my fabric is quite light, so I decided to line it. I will just sew it all the way across, leaving one end open, so you'll be able to turn it right. So you can see I left the one end open, and I'm just going to turn it right side out. Once you do that, make sure you iron it so it could look nice and neat and it can stay flat. And then we're back to the skirt. I'm just adding pockets. If you don't want pockets, you can skip this, but to add your pockets, just get a fabric, maybe a 12 by 8 inches fabric, place your hand on top of, fold it into get like 4 of it, place your hand on it and just cut around it. That's what I do to get my pocket pattern. And then to attach it to the skirt, just make sure it's 1 inch away from the top of the skirt, so when you're sewing it, you don't sew over. And then we do this, just attach them right side facing each other. Make sure you sew it down before you move on to this stage. You sew the pockets to the fabric first and then you join them together. It's quite straightforward. And when you're sewing, you sew around the pocket. Don't just sew the skirt straight down. You go around, you start from the top and go around the pocket and then down. If you're enjoying the tutorial so far, don't forget to click on the like button. Don't forget to comment if there's anything you don't understand about the video, or if there's anything else you would like to see on this channel. Now we're just going to add our zip, and I'm just measuring the zip to know how much gap I need to leave before I sew the fabric. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do not forget to subscribe. And yeah, click the like button, share and all that good stuff. I'm just going to sew all the way down and leave a gap at the top for our zip. If you have a serger, just finish it off. I have a serger, but it keeps, I don't know, the thread keeps breaking. I haven't gotten the hang of it yet. I'm still new to sewing, and I've been so busy that I haven't even had the time to sit down and properly learn how to use the serger. Anyway, I'm just trying to look for the midpoint of the front of the skirt, so when I'm attaching the waistband it can be nice and equal. Okay, now we're going to attach the top part, which is the long big straps at the top, to the waistband. You can see where the midpoint is and where the quarter of my waist measurement is. So we put our strap on the midpoint. And then before you plait, or before you do, just make sure you attach each end first. And sometimes you have like you have some fabric in the middle like this. You could either gather it, or you can plait it like this. I decided to plait mine, but if you want to, you can gather it before you do this part. Okay, that's one done, and then the other one is going to overlap. And when you're placing it in the at the midpoint, make sure it's just over it by maybe 1/4 of an inch over, and then you overlap the second one as well, maybe by 1/2 or 1/4 of an inch. Just make sure it overlaps. Okay, and you do the same, join it at the 1/4 of your waist measurement. At this point, you can, once you do that, you can just sew that bit down, or you could just add the lining straight away. just add it and then sew it all together. It's like a sandwich. You sandwich in the big straps in the middle, but you could either sew it down first so it doesn't move about, or you could just do this. I've not made a video in a while. Yeah, I've been very, very, very busy. I try to make video, but making a video is actually time consuming. This was made in 2 days, not because it's long to make the dress, but because I have other commitments, so I'm trying to fit in a video in between, so we're sewing that across like so. Trim off any excess and then make sure you iron. Open it up and then iron so it's nice and neat. And then it stays down as well when you iron your like they just iron it flat. Yes, it's quite time consuming when making a sewing tutorial. So that's why I haven't made one. Even this video I've had it in the memory card for at least 2 weeks now. But after sewing, then you have to edit and finding time to do a voiceover, find time to, it's just, yeah, it's a lot. So please support the channel to motivate me to do more. I do like making these tutorials, I do, but yeah, it can be time consuming. Anyway, we're just attaching our skirt to the waistband. As you can see, all the notches, make sure you join the notch area first. So we join the midpoint first, and then we join the sides to the quarter of a waist measurement marking, and then we just pin everything down after that. Those 3 points are the most important: the midpoint and then the 2 sides, and then the rest can just go around. And that's that, really. Yeah, that's the tutorial nearly done. We just need to sew that and then attach our zip. Honestly, I love this fabric. I think it's just beautiful. I've had it for a while. I think I got it from Dalston Market, and I don't think they still have it. Last time I went there, I've had it for at least what, 2 years, or even more, even longer than that. It's just a leftover fabric, and I thought it would look nice making this sort of dress out of it, and it really turned out great. So as you can see, we're going to attach our zip. So our zip will start from there. Just make sure the ends are sticking up like that. It sticks up past that line between the main fabric and the lining. Sorry if this zip part is not very clear, because even I still struggle with attaching zip because I get confused. So especially when it's invisible zip, it's quite confusing. So if you find it confusing, then please watch other videos. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that actually just focus on how to attach zip to a skirt or to a dress. So you could do that. I'll say I will make another video to show you properly how to attach a zip, but I'm no expert at this, so I wouldn't want to make a video that you still won't understand. There are loads of amazing videos on YouTube to show you how to properly attach zip. But when you're sewing the zip, make sure you don't sew it all the way down. Leave about 1 inch at the bottom. Don't sew the zip all the way down. And that's what it will look like once it's sewn. I'm just checking just to make sure I'm sewing the right side down, you know, because sometimes with zip, especially invisible zip, you can see I'm using a zipper foot. So when you're sewing, you can't use the normal foot. It's easier to use a zipper foot, so you'll be able to sew it down properly. And I've done that. Now we're just going to top stitch. Like I said, the video is not very clear on attaching the zip because I'm still learning myself, but that's the zip done. And we're just going to fold the lining and then use that to cover the raw edges on the inside, and then cover the top of the zip as well, so it goes over. Make sure when you're doing that, make sure your fabric is not in the way when you're sewing it, in the way of the zip, so when you zip your dress up it doesn't get caught. So make sure it's nicely folded. Take your time. This part does take time. You don't want to do any wishy-washy. You've been doing great so far. You don't want to ruin it now, but this is the part we just fold it in, sew it down, and then hem the bottom of the dress. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you're gonna make your dress. I know it's not summer anymore, this is more of a summer dress, but you can learn how to make it in time for summer next year. You'll be surprised. Time flies, you know. Look, we're in December already. When did we start the year? And we're already at the end of the year. Well, we thank God that we are able to witness the end of the year, but come on, it's gone so quick, so fast. So before you know it's summertime again, so start practicing and start making different ones, different prints, different fabric. Yeah, you have your summer clothes ready. But yeah, there you go. Look, everywhere nice and neat. I really like this fabric. Just there you go. See, everything nice and neat. And the last part is just to do the hemming at the bottom. Thank you so much guys for watching, and thanks for always supporting this channel. Again, please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Like, comment and share. Thanks again, and take care. Let me know if you'll be making any of these, if you're going to be making this dress. Ta-ra!